Hello students, myself Popere KS, Assistant Professor at Ray Shikshan Sanstha's RBNB College, Sri Rampur. In this lecture, we are going to study about the topic that is component and dynamism of the ecosystem. So in last lecture, we have discussed about the introduction of ecology. So today in this lecture, we are going to discuss component and dynamism of ecosystem. So component of a ecosystem means what are the different component the ecosystem consists of. So it is mostly the component of a ecosystem. It can be classified or we can say divided into two components, that is the biotic component and the abiotic component. So these are the biotic and the abiotic component. Now what are this biotic and abiotic component? Biotic means the living factors which are present in the living world or in our surrounding or in our environment. So first we will see the biotic component. So first is biotic component. Biotic component, it is the living factors which are present in the environment. So biotic component are the living factors which are present. Next is trophic structure. So it is the trophic structure of a ecosystem. So they are the most important component of a ecosystem. Now this further biotic component, they can be classified into different components. So these are mostly consumers, producers, decomposers. So first of all, producer. So what is producer? Producer means the component which is going to produce the main, we can say the main material or the from where the life cycle or the chain will start. So this is the producers. So producers, they are the main component from which now the ecosystem will be mainly dependent on. So they are mostly the autotrophic component. Now autotrophic means this will be the trees, plant or the plant, they are called as the autotrophic component. Why autotrophic? Because they have ability to produce their own food. So these are mostly, they are plants only. So producers, these are the autotrophic component of a ecosystem. Now they are mostly chlorophyllous plant, the plant which are consisting of chlorophyll. So because of the chlorophyll, they have the ability of photosynthesis or making their own food. So these are mostly chlorophyllous plant. So they can be phytoplankton, algae, fungi, not fungi but algae, plants, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperm. So all this will comes under chlorophyllous plant, the plant containing chlorophyll. Now what the next thing is, what they do, they convert the component, that is the organic component from the inorganic. So conversion of inorganic component, they will take the inorganic component and they will convert it into an organic component. So they prepare organic component from the inorganic component. So this is about the producers. Now they are autotrophs. So what they are doing, as they are converting the inorganic into organic component, they are also converting the solar energy into chemical form of energy or usable form of energy during the photosynthesis. So this is about producers. Now next is consumer. Now what are consumer? After the production, the thing is to be consumed by the different organisms. So this is called as the heterotrophic component. Heterotrophic means they can't prepare their own food, they are dependent on others for their food intake. So these are the heterotrophic component which will be depending on others for their food or food need. So this is heterotrophic. Now under this heterotrophic component also, they are further divided into like herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. So we are going to see them one by one. So first is the herbivore. Now herbivore means the organism which is directly or which is taking a plant as their food, or they are directly dependent on plant for their food needs. So they are called as herbivores. Example of this can be goat, deer, grasshoppers, the organism or the animals which are directly dependent on plant for their food need. So they are called as the herbivore. Now next one is the carnivores. Now what are carnivores? Carnivores means these are the organism or the animal which are not going to take plant directly, they will be going to take the other organism, or they feeds on animal for their food, so they are called as carnivore. Example can be lion, tiger, all the wild animals, they are mostly carnivores. Now these carnivores, what they do, they feeds on herbivores. Now they feeds on herbivore, that's why this the carnivore which feeds on herbivore, they are called as secondary consumers, and the consumers which feed on the secondary consumer, they are called as tertiary consumers. Now the organism which feed on both, that is plant as well as animal, they are called as omnivores, and human or man is the best example of omnivore, or fox also comes under omnivores. So these are the organisms which will be feeding on both the plant as well as animal. Now next one, that is the decomposers. Now what are decomposer? The decomposer are mostly the microorganism. Microorganism means they will be very minute in size, we can't see them by our eyes, so this include mostly the bacteria or different that is fungi. So these are the microorganisms, and what is their function, why they are called as decomposers? Because they will degrade the different component, or how they are going to degradation of the various component and convert it into a simpler form. So mostly they secrete digestive enzymes, so because of that the degradation or digestion of that material will take place. So they are called as the decomposers, because by the action of the different various enzymes they are going to degrade a complex thing into a simpler form. Now they also take part in recycling process of mineral nutrient. So mineral nutrient means the different various nutrients which are present, they are going to recycle them by decomposing the dead bodies of the producers as the and consumers. So the degradation of the consumers and the producers, their dead body are degraded by this decomposers, and like this they are contributing to the recycling process. So the thing is recycling in this process with the help of the decomposers. So this is about the biotic component, how these are classified. Now the second component of the ecosystem, next is the abiotic component. Now abiotic component means this will include the things or the things which are not non-living. So biotic include the things which are living things like organisms or plant, but in abiotic component it will include the things which is non-living like the different component which are present like sunlight, soil or water. These all things are important, but they are non-living. So it will include mostly organic and inorganic substance and climatic factors. So like air, water, soil, sunlight, as I have already told that. Now first we will start with inorganic substances. So what are inorganic substances? This will include the nutrient element. The nutrient element means the various nutrients which are present in our environment. So that are, we can say the example like carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus. So various nutrients which are present on earth or our environment, they are called as inorganic substances. Now they are also called as biogenetic substances because they are important for making of a biotic component or making of a living organism. They are the different constituent of a living organism. So they are called as the biogenetic substances. Now they keeps on circulating in the ecosystem. So they are like recycling process, that same this thing is also the nutrients are continuously circulating in the ecosystem. Now so this after inorganic substances, the next is the organic substance. So organic substances mean they form the body of a living organism. So these are the different, like example is protein, lipid, carbohydrate. They are the important component of a living body. So they will make the living body or the body of a living organism. So this is about the organic substances. Example is this protein, lipid and carbohydrate. After inorganic and organic substances, the third one is climatic factor. Now climatic factor, the various environmental factor like light, temperature, sunlight, water or the atmosphere, all these climatic factors, they are called as the abiotic component. So inorganic, organic and climatic factors. Now next is the topographic factor. Topographic factor means the various like mountain range or the altitude or the direction of the mountain. These all comes under topographic factors. Okay, next is edaphic factor. Edaphic factor means the factor which are related to the soil, like the physical and chemical property of a soil, or how the soil formation will take place, or the different nutrients which are present in the soil. This all will comes under the physical that comes under the edaphic factors. So these are all the abiotic factor. So we have discussed in lecture the component and the dynamism of a ecosystem. So it will mostly consisting of the biotic and the abiotic component. And in biotic also there will be different component like the producers, consumers or decomposers, carnivores, and in abiotic it will be consisting of the organic, inorganic, edaphic factor, topographic factor and the climatic factor. So this is all. Thank you.